Good morning, I'm Nivareti Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Tuesday, 22nd of July. In this update, Hope's Waikato University's new medical school has what it needs to train more doctors. Cabinet's putting almost $83 million into the $230 million project. The school will focus largely on primary care and train 120 doctors a year. College of GP's medical director, Dr. Luke Bradford, says there's been talk about whether there's enough resources, but planning's underway.
Waikato have really worked on this and have aimed to have rural hubs with their students more based in the rural communities. It means that towns' doctors will have to step up a little bit and hopefully teach a bit more.
But Labour's health spokesperson Aisha Verrill says the government needs to release the costings quickly and adds it's not clear how this is better than the alternatives. The government's promising to proactively release the information. The latest rise in inflation may be hitting lower-income households more than others. Headline annual inflation has risen to 2.7% in the year to June. Council of Trade Unions economist Craig Rennie says people on lower incomes are seeing costs rise faster because they're spending more of their income on rates, rents, power and food. He points to CTU research, which suggests more than half of workers are seeing their incomes decline in real terms. Rebel RSAs say they're prepared to leave if the national body isn't prepared to reverse changes to its constitution. An Auckland District RSA newsletter obtained by our newsroom reveals a number of clubs are seeking a judicial review in the High Court. They're calling for the RSA's constitution in April to be reversed, alleging the process was unlawful. President Graham Gibson says the national body needs to listen to its members, and he says RSAs will walk and they're prepared to create a new veteran support organisation. The government's considering getting the TAB to help pay for rehoming racing dogs as the sport winds down. It's estimated about 1,500 dogs will need to be rehomed when racing is banned in July next year. Racing Minister Winston Peters says a plan may compensate owners and trainers for the cost of dealing with dogs as they're rehomed. He says that won't extend to lost revenue from not being able to race. Fears for the well-being of children with additional learning needs as those working with them contend with months of stalled contract negotiations. Thousands of unionised field staff, service managers and support workers are striking for 2 hours this morning before working to rule over the next month. NZEI Te Reo Governance Group member and speech-language therapist Connor Fraser says growing numbers of children are waiting more than a year for services.
It just means that we get stretched really thin and kids don't get as much of a quality service anymore and those interventions that they need to make a difference over their time at school.
In sport, Silver Ferns coach Dame Nolene Todua has thrown her support behind Netball New Zealand's decision to change the team selection eligibility criteria. Overseas-based players can now be considered through a formal exemption process. United States President Donald Trump has threatened to block a deal for the Washington Commanders' new NFL stadium if the American football team refuses to revert to its original Redskins name despite historical racist overtones. The Warriors are establishing a league training academy in the Queensland city of Logan. I'm Nivareti Manu. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.